Hello, good morning, good afternoon. How are you, everybody? I love you. Come and join me and share the video. Thanks so much. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Say good morning. How are you? Thank you for joining me. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for all your comments. As always, Demikiza for you today. I'm very, very pleased to see you, and I'm very happy to see your comments, whatever you make your comments. So, I'm talking about the question of how is so important. I start with the news. The news that I have yesterday, our president-elect Robert Chagrani was on CBS, and he made some key points. If you listen what he said, and I would like to thank BBS for inviting our president on the day that the whole country was being diverted. But BBS has been the only channel which has invited timely our president when they refused him to have concert broadcasting in Busabara. It was all live. Morning, Samuel. Morning to Musime. Morning, Edina. Edina, thank you very much. Thank you for all your taggings. You tagged me, and I take them thankfully for on YouTube. So the news our president was in BBS, and he said what he said. He said what other people they don't want to say. He made some key points, very, very key points that he said that everybody should listen. I'm gonna put them on my wall on Facebook. Second, we have this news, the saddest news that even our principal said about it, that doesn't go away. Despite what goes in Uganda, 18 women they die every day of in avoidable circumstances. So they die every day. And they contribute to 15% to our mortality for the whole country. 330 children they die every day of avoidable diseases. And then we have got 21 they die through brutality. All these people we can see Alexander survived, Kakwenza survived, but other people they don't survive. They die at the hands of security agency. And the 21 people they die through fatal accident. So it is this time we are going to talk about this, fellow Ugandans. I want to tell you, everybody, we are going to talk about how. So many times we talk about what and why. What is what has happened? Why it did happen? What do I mean? That, oh, they stole money for war. That is what. And then why? Because of corruption, because of lack of accountability. But we dodge the question of the word how. When we talk about civil or disobedient, you're gonna need to explain the word how to the people. That is what a villager wants to know. That, okay, Museveni, if I don't vote him, the RDC is going to threaten me. If I don't vote Museveni, the word Kasoro is going to demand his money back. So it is that question that stands high and tall. When you talk about this international media, when you talk about all these international journalists, they always ask, what they ask a government in power, they ask them why. We, the challengers, they are going to ask us the word how. For example, they will ask Museveni, how comes education is so bad? And then they will ask we, the challenger, how are you going to reform that education? So it is how the question is big. It is what we have to get encompassed with, that we have to learn to answer questions and give questions to the people. We are telling them civil obedience. How? How is my mom, my dad, my grandmother, all these villagers, people in the rural area, how are you going to tell them the word how? They're asking you. You are telling them, okay, boycott. How? Tell them how they're going to boycott and possibly tell them the reason why. It's like we had these religious leaders. They met Museveni. Museveni gave them 1 billion shillings. So what are you going to tell your villager? This is how you are going to tell them, boycott, and how to boycott. Don't go to church. Isolate them. That our president said yesterday that we Baganda tulina okubola. We can shun away. We can isolate. We can isolate those people that the church you don't go. You don't give in one tithe. You don't give in all this money that they're asking. You don't join when they ask what they used to call people, join, we are going to do this. You don't. So we need to give people answers when they ask how. When you watched how they took out Mubarak, it took 3 years. Underground methods. They were teaching themselves. If tear gas is here, what can we do? Cover your faces. They teach everybody who wants to come. Put your mask on. So we need to be loaded up. We need to have to do what? I forgot the word, but I'll remember that. We need to arm ourselves with the answers. How are you going to do? How are you going to reform the judiciary? How are you going to create jobs? If you are complaining Museveni is not, how are you going to create the jobs? So that is where we have to know ourselves. If we want to take up this dictator, everybody is sick of the dictator, but they need the answers. And those answers, they give people confidence. When people, natural fear is natural. When people, you tell them, okay, we're going to revolt, we're going to stand out, we're going to demonstrate. If we give them plan and strategy, and that plan convinces them, that will be their confidence. It doesn't mean it will take away the fear. No, it will not take away the fear. But you know what? Kunga, how are you going to kunga people? You have to explain how are you going to kunga. So many times we've talked about what? Oh, Museveni is bad. Museveni has done this. NRM has. That is what? That is very simple. Everybody can see it. And why? They are corrupt. They don't have policies. They don't have the will. They don't have accountability. They don't do this and this. But then they're asking us, how? How are we going to do with these people who turned out yesterday for soda, for a bottle of soda? That is where I'm going. How are you going to turn these people who turn for a plate of rice and meat that they have never had meat? How? What answer are you going to give them that in their life there is an opportunity that has come once in a year? They are going to eat free food. They are going to have just a plate of meal. They are going to have a plate of food. They are going to have a piece of meat. These are the basics. We think it doesn't matter. So many times we don't think. If we want civil obedience, we have to remember the power is within the people. The power is within us. That is how we are going to defeat a dictator. A dictator is not defeated on the big scale, but the small scale. Once you empower people, you give them information. You say to them, listen, when they give you money, like a 20,000 and a t-shirt, that 20,000 is not going to do for you anything. So how? Turn away that money, stand with the people, show to them, you have to tell them that you have power. The power is within you. If they give you that t-shirt, if they give you 20,000 and you refuse it, that person will get the message that, you know what, people, they no longer want us. You know what, this is not going to work. We need, thanks, Pam. Thanks very much. We need to be able to explain ourselves. We are running away from explaining. This is why people, they are concentrating. They are concentrating on what? There is a video I'm trying to find here that I'll find. I know I'll find that. That there is a comrade. I want to play the video. It will be audio because when we play videos, then they will go and then apprehend those people. We don't want that to happen. But you know what happens? We need to teach the people how is what matters, and we need to understand it. We vary in opinions. So many people, once you differ in opinion, they say no, that one, no, I shouldn't be. No, a political party has got 5 wings. But now we need the radicals who are outside those 5 wings to come on the center stage. We don't need the bad radicals. We need people who are radical, who are going to stand up, mobilize people, who are going to explain people, how are we going to do it? We can do it without coming to Kampala. We can do it in our villages. We can do it in our parishes. We can do it. Look at NRM. They have brought this parish model. It is a strategic position they have taken, that they are now into the villages, lying people, they are giving them money, but they are not giving them money. It's NRM who is giving them money, but it's not NUP. So how can that be a national initiative? It can't be. So when we talk about the question of how, when we talk about the question, when we talk about the initiative, civil disobedience, we need to tell people how. You tell them it's your right. First of all, tell them you're right. We have got so many rights. Rights to educate, right to health, right to human health, freedom, rights to a family, rights and rights everywhere. Right for your education, right for your health. Tell them your children, they are worthy to go to a good school, even if you are poor. A government is meant to give you all these social issues. It's their responsibility. It's not your responsibility. You have to report those people who are asking bribes. If you go to hospital, they ask you for money. You have to report that. Keep the number. Tell them. Keep those reference number. Don't throw them away. We need the reference number. But so many times we are being caught up in para, so and so this, so and so is like this. That is gonna be there. We don't have people who are perfect. But you know what? We need the numbers. But before that, we need to get people empowered. We need to give them knowledge, like civil obedience. It's their right. It's like we cannot stand Mohos to become a president. You explain them why. The reason, you explain them very simple. Constitution is there. He's not meant to be a president because he wasn't born in Uganda. So how do you say that no? You people, you have got member of what? Representatives in your constituency. You can go to the member of parliament to his gate and say, no, you cannot allow. You can write a letter to them. You can keep a copy, submit a copy, keep it, and also share that copy to National Unity Platform leaders, share that copy to the media, so that the evidence is there that the people of Rusakara Mese, they are saying no to Muho's project. So we need to empower these people to tell them how is it done. How is it done peacefully? Because we are saying we are non-violent. The word disobedient doesn't mean violent, but it is a civil disobedience. It is within your right that you can go to your MP and say, no, we are not going to accept this, because there is consultation. MP, if you ever vote for this, you will not come back to this village. MP, isolate that MP. Bobby Wine said it yesterday. Tubabole, isolate them, shun them away, isolate them, boycott these religious leaders who are not talking about the injustice. We cannot run away from the word how. We are challengers, we are in opposition. All people, they want to know, how are we going to be a difference? How are we going to make a difference to national health? How are we going to make a difference to our education? How are we going to create those jobs? You tell them how you are going to create jobs. When you tell them that, you are going to convince them. When you tell them that, they will be attracted to you. They'll buy your ideas. But then we have got these brokers between us. We have got the money brokers. People like Balaam is a big broker, has been a big broker now. What he do, he will go and get money. I'm gonna run this Mohos project. And then we've got those beneficiaries. People like Full Figure, they go to the rally. And then we've got these artists. We are going to come and sing. And then we have got all these lower people. I'm going to print the t-shirt. I'm going to do this. And then we have got these people like the villagers. They are going to eat. They are excited. There will be music. They are going to have a plate. So you tell them, that plate is not going to be enough. You eat it for today, tomorrow you are hungry. You better do things which are going to be in long term. When NUP comes in power, we are going to create jobs. We are going to share economic growth. That is what it is about. We are going to share economic growth. Then they will ask you, how? It's like you tell them, we have got money coming from the oil. We have tax revenue collected. All that money is going to be spread appropriately, coming to the district. We are going to reduce the size of the parliament. We are going to reduce all these expenditures, unnecessary expenditures. People, they will be listening to you and say, okay, these people, they are what they vote. So you tell them one of the ways of civil obedience is about voting. Don't be intimidated. Tell them when you go in the box, it is your chance. When you go in the box, vote for the right person. Don't vote for your what? Don't vote for your sister. Right now, we have got something festive with us, that the son of Oranya wants to stand. NRM has elected him as their member of parliament. We need to ask, we need to put a candidate, we like it or not. And we need to tell those people, because the son of Oranya, we need to tell them that politics is not about succession. Politics is not about sympathy. It's not about that. Politics is deliver. It's about interaction. It's about debate. What will the son of Oranya debate? What will he do that his father hasn't done? Is he fit to be a member of parliament? You tell them about their significance. Let us tell them about their civil disobedience and say, no, we are not going to vote NRM. We are going to vote another what? We are going to vote our choice. And in that, you tell them how they are going to vote, how they are going to guard their vote, how they are going to guard their vote, how it is necessary for them to get their early, get in the queue, how they are meant to have their ID ready, their identification, how they might be stopped to go and vote, but how are they going to persist? The perseverance is going to work a lot and a lot. Morning, Patrick. Mornings in Uganda. Morning, Godfrey Africa. Thanks very much. Do we need to wake up sleeping dogs? We should not use services from NRM sympathizers. No, we shouldn't be. So we should not come away from the word how. When we come away from the word how, we are losing the debate. Often we say what? Often we say why. Tell the people, when you vote the right what? The right government is going to bring the taxes. Those taxes will go into service delivery, so that when you go in a hospital, there will be medicine, there will be doctors, there will be nurses, there will be beds for you if you need. Your children must access good, quality, affordable, universal education. Tell them that job creation is not impossible. It is possible. We have to create jobs. And when we create jobs, the jobs we are going to create, they are going to be good jobs. Elevate people from cleaners, from being vendors, elevate them to housekeepers. Let us have carers what? Association. Let us have good jobs and good payment. But we often run away from that. So we need a change of mindset. It's very big. In Uganda, we need the change of mindset. fellow Ugandans. You can see the religious leaders, they say you don't touch Museveni, you don't challenge his chair. You can see the change of mindset. Now we can see the host project. The mindset, most of Ugandans, they are going to gain money. They are looking for the way how they are going to get money. We have to change the mindset that people, they can come into the camera, talk about Bobby Wine, but their motive is for them to be bribed and get money one off, and then they run off that they have made up. We can see we need to change the mindset. There is fear in people's mind. How can this be? Can we oust a dictator? Can we send the dictator out? How? The mindset is very big. How are we going to change this person who goes for one plate of food, for a piece of meat? How are we going to change their ideas? For them, when they hear Mho's project, or they think they are going to gain money, the TV company, they are going to get money, the MPs, they are going to get money, other people, they are going to get money. This is what people, they say that from today, you are going to see people who are with the change, who are not with the change. Because people's mindset, they are like this. If I support Mohos, I'm going to get 200 millions. They're going to promise you that money will not come. So it is our duty to tell them. It is our duty to find out how are we going to change this mindset. Because when people, they don't want, one of the reasons some people, they will not come, they will not vote for NUP, is because they know when we come in power, the rate of law, it will be the rate of law. And they know what they have done. They know there will be retaliation. They know there will be repercussion. That is what they fear. But how are we going to remove that fear? We have to explain to them. The courts are going to be working. The courts will be independent. We are going to reform the judicial system. The way we choose the chief of justice is going to change. Maybe we do it the way Kenya do it. So we are going to change. It's going to be independent. And we are going to make all these backlogs, they are being tried. We are going to reform the courts. We are going to pay money well. We are going to deliver services. We are going to avoid to delay cases. We are going to use evidence. We shall not bring somebody in court without evidence being there. We shall reform also the police, that they don't bring somebody in the court without any evidence. So we are going to talk about these basic things. We are not talking about big ones. I know people, they want to hear the big ones, but change of mindset. This is how you give people confidence. How are you going to do it? How are you going to reform what NRM hasn't done? How is that person going to avoid to go for one plate of food? When you go in the villages, like in my place, you find people wearing NRM t-shirt, being with the horse, old, ragged. That is the way they know. They don't know what they are wearing. They don't know that the country is meant to give them some money, is meant to help them out. They know that they are on their own and they don't have any choice apart from doing what is in front of them. That is an uphill we have, that we have to gun ourselves to find the answers. How are you going to stop this person accepting that t-shirt? How are we going to stop this person in taking the 20,000? How are we going to stop these MPs crossing over? How are we going to stop these opportunists? And how are we going to stop these people who are coming within us, NUP? How are we going to stop them? Good morning, Mutebi. Good morning, Grace Nakayimba. Some of our employees are from Karamoja. They state that fear of intimidation and being persecuted and even killed is very real. If one comes up publicly to state that they are noob, that is exactly what is happening. So we need we need to encourage them. We need information that which gives them some confidence, because so many people, they are being intimidated. Where we stand for now, Uganda is flat. Is on flat bed. Is flat on the floor. Uganda is gone. People, they are intimidated. We need to find out how are we going to tackle this issue of fear. that people they fear. We need to find out how can we mobilize is our tactic. Kunga, can we mobilize? Can we do it silent? Can we do underground methods? If people they are scared, maybe we can try underground methods that you and I, you Grace and I will register, get 10 people. Don't come public, but then have some meetings, maybe have some group, have some theme with you, have some way of like shouting for help, have some way of neighborhood watch that you alert yourself. So and so has come in this place. So and so is like this, morning Nina. So and so is like this. We need how. Once we answer how, people they are going to have confidence. People they are, maybe we can tell them if you are being persecuted for saying you are NUP. Yes, somehow, somewhere, when it comes for voting, vote for NUP. But we need daily checkup. We need the support. We need to support these people mentally. Where we forget, we need that support is a big tool to use. Support, how do you support people? Take their number, check on them, call them, Demi, good morning. How are you? Are you there? Okay. Tell them update. First of all, we need an update system that every day we have got news. We are not going with all this news going to Uganda, but we need an update system that everywhere. Or when you have Kunga, have yourself into groups that you share message. Volunteer yourself. You yourself that me, Demi, I've got 10 people Kunga. In the morning, I'll send them video. Our president was on PPS. The key points. So and so is going to speak. Rumbuye is coming at 8 p.m. Then this is coming. Then there is corruption. You share that small message. All that is building people, changing the mindset, taking away the fear. Once people they get empowered, it's very hard to change them. Once they have got conviction, they will not be bold. They will not go across. So we need to get this civil obedience, that there is civil obedience, but that civil obedience is on the foundation of our information, of our courage. We need to encourage these people. We need to check on them. You will say that you don't have time. If you don't have that time, then you have time from 7 to be in power for as long as he likes, for as long as he want to bring in his son. So the civil obedience is there. We have our constitution is stipulated very well. Article 102A, anyone who was born in Uganda can stand as a president. Anyone who was born out cannot stand in as a president. We have got our article 20 to 40 is full of rights. Rights for your family, rights for freedom, rights to express, rights for health, right for what? We need to empower these people. Thanks very much, Gasta. Thank you so much. Gasta has given us $20. Thanks very much. Thanks so much. That means a lot. So we need civic obedience comes from empowerment. Nina has just said, as you give people information, people they become empowered. Once you have information, no one can put you down. Even if the guns are there, just like yesterday, Johnny Mukasa what was saying, Putin has been threatening Russians like 7 chief slaves, and when not enough, invaded neighbors for more territory of new slaves. Look at the parents of Congo, Sudan to join East Africa by Museveni. Then compare Crimea and now Ukraine by Putin, dictator, enslavers, cockroach. Thank you, John. So he's just said it. Dictators, they build themselves. They build their fences. But we need to tell the people how we are going to build these fences. First of all, it's people power. It's our power. The power is within you. It's a man force that holds a gun on somebody. People power. We need to raise up. We need to speak out. Like Alexander who was abused. It doesn't mean where. It doesn't matter where. It doesn't matter how. But violence against women is not allowed. So that is how we need to find out our taxi. How? like tomorrow, if there is a demonstration, you must know that they're going to stop you. You must know that they're going to surround you today. You must know they are going to pick up those key points, those key members that they will put them under house arrest. So if you have a demonstration like tomorrow in a country like a dictator's land, you don't sleep in your house. It's not like you have to sleep in your house. No, if you want, what do you want is to put the message across. Don't go in groups. Decide you're going to come from Nakrabi, from Rubaga, from Chirinya, from Bweyogerere. Don't sleep in your house. We need to get our tactics right. We have good ideas, but the tactics are letting us down. And the police is not good, is not tactical enough in Uganda. It's not good enough. We can outsmart them. Just like when you said Toji Kwatako, Bobby Wine did not sleep in his home. He slept in the ghetto. That is how he got to the parliament. You outsmart them. Our president said yesterday, if you expect change to come from the parliament, forget it. He gave us 3 key examples. What he meant, you have got to come out and revolt. Once we missed that when they stole our votes. But he said it very clearly. Don't expect change to come from parliament. Don't expect it from Museveni, from voting. It is we the people power. We have to stand up. We have to give our voices loud and clear. And the only way you can make them loud and clear is by your tactics. Is by through your civil obedience. Is by the message you give to the people. We don't have the road. We have to demonstrate. We don't have the road. We have to ask for the road. We have to ask that in a peaceful manner. Let us write a letter to the RC3. Let us write the letter. We give them notice. Let them write the letter to the MP. Give them notice and tell him within 21 days, if you don't reply, this road is going to be closed. We shall not accept that. We have to tell people that the little they buy, taxes are being included on that. And that taxes go into service delivery. So if the roads are not worked on, it's your duty to demonstrate. It's your duty to show your grievance. It's your duty to stand up. Fellow Ugandans, we need to identify, we need to share information, we need to speak out. I had a very good debate I'm going to share on my profile. It was on Kojamugezi. I think it was with the Rubaga South. I got his voice, but he wasn't there. They had a good debate, but they disagreed. But to me, if we put those two together, we can oust Museveni. Rubaga South was like, we have spoken, we have voted, we have done this and this and this. It's not working. And the Kojamugezi was being moderate. No, we have to do this. If we put them together, that video is on Kojamugezi. I'm going to share that today. They had a balance. So what we have to learn, our tactics. Let us learn to compromise and accept each other. No one is going, it's not a 1-point trick pony. No, it's not. It's not a silver bullet. It is going to be unity. We need everything together. We need to put it together. This is where strategies, they come through and they add up the piece. If people, they listen to that strategist, if they listen to that video of Kojamugezi, you will see the difference. Rubaga South had ideas of being a radical, and the Koja had ideas of being a moderate, but they disagreed. What you need is a person to put those two ideas together. You put them together, civil obedience is on. I'm telling you. You put them together, but we are suffering from dismissing each other. We are suffering from intolerance that somebody on the far right and somebody on the far left will never see eye to eye. Somebody on the right will never see eye to eye with the right, on the left. But somebody in the center, like our president is, if he was on the other side, I would have told you, Our president is in the center. Do you know what he talked about Mao? He said for him, he's not going to look at Mao of today, he's going to look at Mao of before he knew who wanted to change. That is a person in the center. Somebody on the right will say, no, 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 Mao. On the far right, no, 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 radical. Get out, get out, get out, get out. No, but we are very, very fortunate. We have a president who is in the center. Having a president who is in the center is good. This is why Donald Trump is a far right, is a fascist. You saw people that were not comfortable in America. This is why you see Boris Johnson is a far right, is a right winger, was in the moderate. Britain is not settling. And as we speak, they want to oust now. We need people like who come like our president, like he is, like Tony Blair. He came and said, I'm going to stand in a Labour Party in the middle, and I'm going to bring everybody on the board, and I'm going to get the tactics. So our tactics is what is going to give us victory. If we are poor on our tactics, we are not going to get victory. When we answer the word how, people, they will get attracted. They will get confidence. People, they will get convinced. They will see the right. But if we tell them, kunga, we tell them you can celebrate, the prices, they've gone up, people, they would, no, for now, people, they would have stood up. I told you what country in South Africa. Their prices were up. The video I posted it was on Sky. And these people, they stood up. But Uganda, we are not standing up. They are looking at Muho's project. They are not standing up. You people who pray and say that things, they get better, worse and worse, that people, they will stand up. Ugandans, they will not stand up. What do we need is to have our strategy, is to have these key points, the small ones you think. Build on these small points. How? Tell the people, how am I going to explain to them that this eating food yesterday is gone? Now today, you are into debt. You have to pay your debt, 1.5. Now you have to tell them it's going to take you 94 years to pay off the Ugandan debt. How? You tell them you're a taxpayer, you pay money, everything you buy has got taxes. That means the taxes will be up, and that taxes they take to you is going to go to the debt. So you are going to pay things, it will never be easy. The rent you are paying 30,000, you pay 50. The matchbox you buy 200 shillings, you buy it 500. How? Don't run away from that. You can see the international media, what they're asking. How are you going to reform education? How are you going to reform the health? How are you going to create jobs? How is that word we need to give the answers? It's that word we need to tell the people. I've got here, please donate. Donate to each channel. Somebody has already donated it to Choto. What you do when you go to YouTube these days, if you want to put your comment there, there is in the bottom, they say there is money, something like in US dollars. When you click on that, it will ask maybe $4.99 to pay, but you can give in money. You can make it as a donation. Gastam Terry has already donated. So we have to put our NRM from here. Once for them, when election comes, they give people sanitary. What do I mean by that? They give them a bar of soap. They give them a knicker. They give them a matchbox. But that matchbox, they put on a picture of NRM. They give them cooking oil. Other people, they give them bike. They give them T-shirt. We have to get our tactics right, whether we like it or not. We should not run away from the word how. How is killing us. How we must learn. How are you going to do this? How are you? Okay, if I come to the street and I die, what will you do with my kids? It's like me here. They ask me, if anything happens, what shall we do? I tell them, I've registered with UK People Power. I've registered. I keep on updating my member of parliament. I keep on writing to the ambassador where I'm going. I keep on these details. I share these details. We need to get these tactics right. That gives people confidence. You know, it's very bad that people who die, it's like we had demonstration about Shami. We had to demonstrate because her dying circumstances were not known. That is the word how. So Spanish embassy, they knew. How did we do it? We organized the demonstration. We asked for permission and people were able, they came and then we put up what we had to say. Don't underestimate anything you are doing. Don't underestimate. For me, every day. Do you know how many videos I've watched today? I've watched the Principal about 3 times before I come. I've watched the Katongo. I've watched the Pato. I've watched the who? I've watched the many Uganda breeding. I've watched the many before I come. So we need also to show this, that we are sharing these videos. We're encouraging people to watch videos. We are referring them to them, and we should not be centered on one individual. That is killing us. We should be like giving other people opportunity, encourage them. It's like tomorrow, if we know who is going to demonstrate, go on their page, write about them on Twitter. MP, and so is demonstrating no violence to women. It doesn't matter whether they are NRM, whether they are what, but this is a national case. Where we are coming now, we have reached a case of national issue. Things that which are binding us together. Uganda has become small. Issue of Kakenza is binding us together. Issue of Alexander is binding us together. It was Kakenza who started. He undressed himself, and now people, they are undressing themselves. Our president was in Geneva. He took ghetto there. For me, I'd rather talk about our president. I'd rather talk about the Geneva summit. I'd rather talk about the significance. So many people, they say that it's not working or it's not going to help. Let me tell you, I know the people you are talking about. Our principle now is being used as a poster person. So whoever he recommends, whoever he talks about, you will see the difference. Our principle. So for him, they have identified him as our president. That's fine. So what they need is like for him to recommend so and so, so and so, so and so, so and so. Like yesterday he said that I'm talking about this in international, not because for the bad reasons, but he's making it live. So we are like, okay, a Choto TV, if you want to make any contribution, you can do it through PayPal, echoto.ug@gmail.com. Please, if you want to make any contribution, that money, we need it to be streaming every month. They are paying some money and they need to be. So whoever is going to do it. So we need to explain ourselves. I'm calling you. We need to say the word how. How? Don't waste time. These villagers, they are being taken by food. Tell them how. How you gonna change that? Tell them how. These villagers, they are being taken by rice. Imagine yesterday, national budget 20 billion was gone. Imagine it's sharing in 7 billion was gone. They went to Dubai, 20 billion, 3 billion was gone. Rubawa Hospital, 1.7. Our president made a big keyword. I want to write it today. He said that the money, 1.7 trillion, which was swindled for Rubawa Hospital, would have built 11 Chirudu hospitals. Sit down and think. Talk about that. Don't care. What we have a president who can go in the studio and explain and talk about national issues. Tell me what Muhoozi is going to talk about. What is he going to talk about to create jobs? He's going to take poor youth, don't go in politics. What is he? going to talk about hospitals when his dad, when he wasn't born in Uganda, when Uganda is rotten. His sister is having children. He's having children in Germany. Tell them that these people, they are not going to do it. When it comes to their children, they are not born in Uganda. Tell them they are not creating jobs. When it comes to jobs, it's about nepotism. You know Museveni, related to Museveni, you get employed. Tell them education is not affordable, it's not accessible. Janet Museveni is into education. She doesn't qualify to be into education. Tell them when it comes to housing that people, they sleep in the ghetto, they sleep in what slums. They shouldn't sleep. A government should be in power for 36 years, should have been able to build affordable housing. Tell them transportation, that we are losing a lot. Our agro products, they are in the villages, rotting, cheap prices. They can't come up because there is no feeder roads. Tell them how. And fellow Ugandans, it is within us. We stop creating opposition in opposition. It's a big word. Opposition in opposition. Why can't you accept somebody? We are not going to be the same. We need the numbers, remember that. If your duty is to talk about opposition in opposition, split opposition, I've told you a party has got 5 positions. I keep on repeating them. Center, right, far right. Left, far left. Then we have got those who are outside, radicals, bad radicals, and the rebels. Rebels are very good. Boris Johnson is suffering about rebels. Rebels, these are the people who come and say, this is wrong. You have to change it. You have to do this. Rebels, they are people like Freddie Lumbi. Like he comes and says, change it. Bugada. They annoy people. People, they don't want them. But that is what they are. Usually, they always like 5 in a party. But they make changes, significant changes. You like it or not. Because they will come and point where something is going wrong. So, we need to compromise and agree with each other. Our tactics, we need to get them straight. We need to get these people to learn to have civil obedience in their mind. We need to awaken them. We need to rise them up. We need to tell them things are not going the way they should be going. How can you change that? On your village, you have the RC1. Make life difficult for them. Don't pay money to have IDs. Don't accept them like your RC1. Boycott them. If they have got shops, boycott them. In the churches, stop going to church. God says in the Bible, wherever you are, pray wherever you are. So why would you go in church? Why would you go in any worship places? The Bible for me tells me wherever you are, pray. It doesn't tell me you have to go to church. People now, you are walking 70 miles, you are walking. I used to walk when I used to go to my grandma from Echoko. Then I used to walk up to Nkoni. About now I pass there, I say, my God, I used to walk all this distance. So you are walking, by the time you get there, your head is empty, then you go there, the religious leaders will rewind you up. Fellow Ugandans, we're going to learn to tell these people about civil obedience. Let us tell them, don't listen to Gashumba. He's coming to wind you up. Gashumba, what he says, he changes the word. If you demonstrate, they will kill you. You see, Bobby Wine, these people, his supporters, they are being killed, but he's not killed. But the fact is that killing is bad. That is what they should condemn. In Uganda, people, all this propaganda, that is how they tell the people. So tell the people in the village, no, they are winding you up. No, so your civil right. You need to disobey the injustice. You need to disobey lack of service delivery. You need to disobey these leaders. That is what it is. Boycott, vote against them. We have to boycott these religious leaders. We have to boycott these religious leaders. Let us boycott these women MP if they don't go tomorrow. If they don't say anything, if they don't demonstrate, if they don't post this woman, if they don't talk about that issue, if they don't come out with the national initiative, no violence against women, this is the time they have to earn their money. They keep on getting money from you said. Why? Let us tag them and say that these people, they are getting money from you, but they are not doing anything. We need to identify and tell the roles of women MPs in our society. Children, they are being abused. Women, they are working under hardship. Women, they are being abused. How can you say a woman was raped, was beaten up, was all this, they happened? So we need to get our taxes right. We need to disobey. But if we need, as I said to them, we need to sit down and say, how am I going to tell people to disobey peacefully? There are so many ways we can disobey peacefully. Uganda Bleeding is there. Have your 5 minutes. Speak whatever you want to do. So how are we? Do your lives all the time. Make your comments all the time. Share, donate, like, emphasize what somebody has said. People in Uganda, they are very selfish. They will never talk about anybody. All they want is the praises for themselves. I'm so. Yes, it's good. You earn it right. But by the way, humble yourself. Who are you who doesn't share? I've got statistics that can embarrass the nation in Uganda. So who are you that you never share? You don't even share. Anybody on that platform you are, you don't even share. You don't even like. You don't even comment. People, they comment, but you don't do it. That is very bad. If you have got too much, that means you need a PA to do your work. That means you are doing too much that you can't handle. That means maybe you are messed up somewhere. That is why you are having too much. We need to keep this going. Fellow Ugandans, it is within us. We need to keep this going. As long as I was very happy that the whole day I was working, I finished work about 9 p.m. But I was very happy, even on my way, it was a very long journey. I prayed all these videos. I prayed that. For me, that is where I keep myself. If you want to tell people stop being diverted, offer them something. If you don't offer them, they will still go. They will still go and see Kalakata. They will still go and they hear this. They will still go and they watch this. But offer them something. Then you can tell them, don't. Offer them. Also, if your style, they don't want it, offer them. For me, I always tell people, so and so, watch. We have got so many platforms. We have got Shoto Reloaded, Shoto YouTube, JP Mwonge, Noah Mutwe, Orujiriro, Freddy Kajubi, Pato Omuntu Wansi, ASP Mwonge, Nina Bukirwa. We have got Katongole Julius, Nekolera Jang, Banange Njogerechi. Abantu bangi, naye oyinza okuŋŋamba nti ebintu ebyo tosobola kubyogerako. Gw'oyogera wekka ebituufu. No. Gwe mubuulizi wekka. That is patronizing. I have children. I will never patronize them. Me is about mutual. Mommy, what is it? Mommy, this and that. So, fellow Ugandans, I leave for other people to come in today. But the question of how is the question that we need to address. Right now, we've been addressing the question of what and how and why. What happened? Dictatorship, poor rule of law. Why? They have been in power. Lack of policies, lack of what? They are doing this the wrong way. So we have addressed that. It is high time, if we need civil obedience, we address the word how. These small basics is what any person needs, because we have already got the people power. We can overwhelm them is our tactic. How are you going to overwhelm them? By now, by yesterday, we had lives coming out, so we overwhelmed them. So on Twitter, did you overwhelm them? On Facebook, on social media, on platform TikTok, did you overwhelm them? Keep on asking yourself. For me, I keep on asking myself, what shall I do? Sometimes I cannot go on any social media platform. But if I'm like dressing up, I'll say I'm going to send 20 tweets. I'm going to like 20 tweets. At least I'm going to retweet. Do you do it? Change your mindset, please. Change your mindset. You are not invisible. You are not the best. You are the best, but then what we need is teamwork to unite. Change your mindset. We need to change it. We need to get our tax right. The public is watching. The public is taking note. Why is this? Why can't they be together? Why is this like this? People, they know it. And you know what? Facebook did not get it wrong to put those numbers up, because those numbers, they put people into embarrassment. So whatever we are going through, we are going through. So whichever way, for me, I'm still strong. I'm not bothered by whatever. I'm bothered by what we do. How? How are we going to answer? How are we going to get the civil disobedience? Okay, they have put all army around Kampala. How are we going to have the civil obedience? Let us go area by area. Anything judicial happens, we stand up. Anybody, women violence, we stand up. Anybody, wherever you are, all we need is mobilize. Mobilize people in your area and make it underground, but make it sound that it will make an impact. Let us make coordination. Let us coordinate with each other. What about if we choose one day, we say it's going to be a national disobedient day, that at 11, everybody, wherever you are, at 11, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. They will take note. They will be overwhelmed. They cannot cover all the country. All their weapons, they are pointing in Kampala and Entebbe and maybe closer. But if we do it a national disobedient, you will see the change. Things will work. For that, our principal, thank you very much. I'm going to put up those key points you said yesterday. Thank you very much, and it's good to study. Ate Bobby yagambye bw'oba olowooza nti gwe gy'emiggo gya Bobby kubanga Muganda, oba ezo zonna sanctions oba zonna za kubeera kuye kyerabira. We have to test that. We don't know how we're going to do that, and God knows what will be next. But you know what? There is an impact. I can say an impact, but let's get this out. I leave other people to come onto the show. Thank you very much for everybody who have joined me. Thank you very much for your comments. Thank you very much for your donation, because you can donate anytime. Even if you donate 1 shilling, £1, $1, give us a direct debit that every month you give us $1. Is small. There is nothing too small. Every little helps. 1 + 1 is always 2. They can't force me to eat what I don't want. They can force me to take my kids to NRM school. No, yeah, you are true. That is the song Bobi Wine lwayimba, tewali asobola kukusiba nga toyagadde. Ndwerabidde bwe baluyita okuggyako ng'oyagadde. Kale olwaleero lwa Sunday, lutunyumire, ffenna tubeere bulungi. Join all lives, please. If you can't watch the videos, share, comment, retweet, like. What's so difficult? Just to press this? No, tulimba nnyo. Salute. People power. Our power. NUP. Everywhere. NUP is my party. Goodbye.